You've probably seen this kind of person before. Something breaks, the internet dies, the sink starts leaking, the car makes a strange sound, the group starts panicking, and while everyone else immediately feels overwhelmed, this one person gets strangely calm. They don't look smarter than everyone else. They don't even move faster. They just stop, look at the problem for a few seconds, and start figuring things out. And the weird part is, people like this usually make it look effortless, like their brain was built differently, but it wasn't. The difference is psychological. Because most people, when they face something unfamiliar, experience a hidden emotional reaction before they even think. Their brain instantly labels the situation as danger. What if I fail? What if I make it worse? What if I look stupid? And that emotional noise becomes so loud that they never actually engage with the problem itself. But people who know how to fix things learned something different very early in life. Their brains stopped seeing problems as threats and started seeing them as puzzles. That shift changes everything. Psychologists call this self-efficacy, the belief that you can handle what's in front of you even before you know the solution. And once your brain develops that belief, uncertainty stops feeling paralyzing. It starts feeling interesting. Think about a kid opening up a remote control just to see what's inside, or someone spending 3 hours trying to fix a broken laptop instead of instantly replacing it. To most people, that sounds frustrating. To them, it feels engaging, because their mind has been trained to tolerate the uncomfortable space between "I don't know" and "I figured it out." Most people can't stay in that space for very long. They need certainty immediately. They need instructions, reassurance, guarantees, and when they don't get them, anxiety takes over. That's why so many people quit things the moment they become confusing. But the people who eventually become highly capable usually have a very different relationship with confusion. Somewhere in their life, often without realizing it, they learned that confusion is not evidence of failure. It's evidence that learning is happening. And honestly, a lot of them developed this mindset through difficult situations. Sometimes they grew up in homes where nobody was coming to solve problems for them. Something broke, they had to figure it out. Something went wrong, they had to adapt. Over time, their brain built a deeper trust in its own ability to respond. That's why these people often seem calm under pressure. Not because they always know the answer, but because they trust themselves to eventually find one. And there's another layer most people miss. People who are good at fixing things rarely think in straight lines. They think in systems. When they look at a problem, they don't just see the surface issue. They instinctively ask, what caused this? What connects to this? What pattern keeps repeating? Their brain naturally searches for relationships between things. That's why someone who can fix engines often becomes good at fixing businesses, relationships, habits, or even emotional problems. The brain starts recognizing structures instead of isolated situations. And once you train yourself to see patterns, the world starts looking completely different. You stop reacting emotionally to every problem because you realize most problems are connected to something deeper. But maybe the most important trait of all is this: their ego doesn't control the learning process. Most people want to feel competent immediately. They hate looking inexperienced. They hate asking questions. They hate tutorials because needing help makes them feel weak. But people who become extremely capable are usually comfortable saying, "I don't know yet." That word "yet" changes everything because it keeps the brain open. It allows growth instead of defensiveness. Research on growth mindset shows that people who believe abilities can be developed persist longer, learn faster, and recover from failure more effectively. Not because they're naturally gifted, but because failure doesn't attack their identity. To them, mistakes are information. That's why highly capable people often fail more than everyone else in private. You just never see it because they stayed in the process long enough to eventually become good. And then there's pattern memory, something almost nobody talks about. The human brain is constantly comparing new experiences to old ones. Every time you attempt to solve something, even unsuccessfully, your brain stores fragments of the pattern. Over time, those fragments stack together. Suddenly, a person can walk into a situation they've never seen before and still feel familiar with it. Not because they magically know the answer, but because their brain recognizes pieces of the structure from previous experiences. This is why experienced people sometimes look psychic. They hear one sound in an engine and instantly know the issue. They look at a conversation and immediately sense the emotional tension underneath it. Their brain has simply collected thousands of invisible patterns over time. But here's the part nobody tells you. The real power of capable people is not that they know how to fix everything. It's that they don't panic when something is broken, because panic destroys perception. Panic narrows thinking. Panic makes the brain desperate for escape instead of understanding. Calmness, on the other hand, creates space for observation. And observation is where solutions begin. So if you've spent your whole life feeling like other people are naturally more capable than you, understand this carefully. You are not watching talent. You are watching patterns that were trained over time. Some people learned them earlier. Some learned them through hardship. Some were simply allowed to experiment without shame. But none of this is locked. The brain adapts. That's what neuroplasticity means. Every time you stay with confusion instead of escaping it, your brain changes. Every time you attempt something before feeling fully ready, your brain changes. Every time you stop saying, "I can't do this," and replace it with, "Let me understand this," your brain changes. And eventually, something shifts. Problems stop feeling like walls and start feeling like mechanisms. Instead of freezing, you engage. Instead of avoiding chaos, you move toward understanding it. And that's when people begin seeing you differently. Calm, capable, reliable. But the truth is, those people were not born special. They simply trained themselves to stay present long enough to understand what everyone else ran away from.